Summary: the Prophet taught that if someone has enough money to free a slave, they should do so completely. Everyone is responsible for their own actions and the actions of those under their care. Sahih al-Bukhari 2553. Narrated Ibn Umar, the Prophet said, if one man omits his share of a common slave, abd, and he has money sufficient to free the remaining portion of the price of the slave, justly estimated, then he should free the slave completely by paying the rest of his price, otherwise the slave is freed partly. Sahih al-Bukhari 2554. Narrated Abdullah, Allah's Messenger said, every one of you is a guardian and is responsible for his charges. The ruler who has authority over people is a guardian and is responsible for them. A man is a guardian of his family and is responsible for them. A woman is a guardian of her husband's house and children and is responsible for them. A slave, Abu, is a guardian of his master's property and is responsible for it. So all of you are guardians and are responsible for your charges. Explanations. This hadith teaches us the importance of freeing slaves completely when we have the means to do so. The Prophet Muhammad taught that if someone has enough money to free a slave from their share of ownership in them, then they should use it to pay for the rest of the price and free them entirely. This is an important lesson in justice and mercy as it shows us how we can help those who are less fortunate than us and give them freedom from bondage. It also teaches us about responsibility and taking care of our obligations towards others. We must always strive to be just and merciful in our dealings with others no matter what their circumstances may be. This hadith explains that everyone has a responsibility to take care of those under their charge. This includes rulers who have authority over people, men who are guardians of their families, women who are guardians of their husband's house and children, and slaves who are guardians of their master's property. Everyone is accountable for the actions they take or do not take in regards to those under them. It is important to remember that we all have a duty to fulfill our responsibilities as best as we can so that we can be held accountable for our actions on the Day of Judgment.